Alright guys, welcome back to the New Man exclusive review. Um, Still getting used to the fact that we're gonna have to do this ties together thing. So this one it's being the s.h.figuarts Venom Let There Be Carnage. No, this is the Venom Last Dance Venom. And wow, man. I mean, I've had this figure for so long. I just wanted to recently get around to doing a review of him. So big big steps with that. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I had the earbud off. But big steps with that, I had this figure for I think about kind of last year, technically for a whole year. Not a whole year. I had it since November and along the lines of December. So that was big hype, for me. It was my first Venom figure in about a long time because I had the Marvel Legends Let There Be Carnage one. Now I have the Marvel vs. Capcom one, which we'll see in a comparison. But I overall was just I had so much hype for this figure. I wanted to see what the downgradation of him was. I heard a lot of bad things about it. So, in a way, it kind of made me a little bit scared for this character that he wouldn't be as good. But I've been taking like plenty of photography pictures, maybe I guess you can say cinematography. I don't know if you would classify it that, but I would. I've taken so many pictures of this figure. He's super posable. A truly underrated figure. I'm not gonna lie with you. Truly underrated. But I got this guy for I think one of the most affordable prices yet. I think normally the the Let There Be Carnage one would normally range about 100 or something or 200 right now. I got this for Amazon for about $75. I think the regular retail was about 90 or something, but the retail I normally keep seeing is just ranging from 90 to 100. I got this guy for only $75, my own money. It's beautiful, man. It's truly it's truly magnificent. Like everything about this guy is just screams really good. Like I hate to glaze it, but it's still pretty good. Just the lighting. Of course, I have some expeditious lighting over here, but just the color coding, this weird, nice black glossy wash over it, and all the nice looking tendrils. It just looks phenomenal. Just everything about the design looks beautiful. It's not sure it's not your comic accurate Venom with the eyes being slightly wider and having the spider emblem, but it's still really cool for the movie. As many people would dog shit on the films, I really did enjoy the movies. No, I remember watching Let There Be Carnage with my old man. Um, I think he fell asleep most of the movie, but it was still pretty good, man. Fun times, pretty nostalgic for me. But this figure is just really good. I've had quite enough time to mess with it to have my problems with it. I've had some modifications, which is only like to loosen tighten things over time. But he's still really cool. Today, I'm here to review it, see if you guys are willing to pay for it or not. Really, or yeah, whether you guys like this figure enough where you're willing to pay the full price of this figure. Keep in mind, like I said, I got this guy for $75 through a coupon, and for the fact that he was going for 80 originally, and I bought him for 75 because I had an Amazon coupon. So, let's check straight into details, um, accessories, and articulation, and we'll go down from there. Starting off with detail, man. I can't begin to fathom the amount of detail that was willingly put into this figure. I mean, it's Bandai, you're gonna have that tremendous amount of quality, but just the look of him looks so cool, man. The nice teeth grin, it's like a huge smile over there, the huge like teeth that just stare down at you. It's pretty cool, man. This looks nearly one to one with the movie. I think maybe the head should have been slightly bigger, but this is, in my personal opinion, way better than the Mayfex. The proportions look way better than the Mayfex. I think he could have been slightly more bulkier in like the abdomen section, but this design looks way better than the Mayfex. There are the wow, sorry. What's it called? The accessories are way better than SH than Bandai. I'll give you that. But Tamashii Nations nailed it out of the park with this design. I think maybe the white streaks of veins is what Mayfex got better, and maybe just the fact that he actually has a neck, because he has a neck, but it's not great, and he doesn't have opposability up on the top of the head. So we'll get there in a bit during the articulation segment. But the shoulders, man, the traps just look so nice. They kind of, have a piece that sticks out of the plastic, but that's just for the articulation. So the shoulders look fantastic. He has this weird, absolutely like great looking. I wouldn't say trash bag, but that's kind of the vibe it gives off. Just like some trash bag, shiny gloss to it. It looks so cool, man. Just the whole design. I don't like the feet design, but I can respect why some artists choose the feet design. His thighs look tremendous. His hamstrings, the calves, the back, the back of the traps as well, the triceps, forearms, everything just looks really cool, man. I'm actually glad I bought this figure. It was so cool to finally like come home one day and just see this thing arrive early. It's always just the feeling of buying yourself a figure that gives it. But even the lighting does this painting, not painting, but does the paint and sculpt of the figure justice, like by so many degrees. I don't know if it's that blurry, but it does it justice by so many. Even just the shading of the eyes, because the shading of the eyes isn't necessarily white. It's like a whitewash with blue. Oh, well, I was lost in something, but it looks very, very cool. I don't know if I can zoom in on the teeth and get you guys a closer look at this design a bit more. Yeah, I can. But the teeth, man, I mean, you can see the digital split right down the middle. Like, you can definitely see the digital split right down the middle. There's some paint slops here and there. But you can actually start to see, moving Eddie Brock out of the way, moving this up close, you can see the dirty, disgusting looking teeth that just look like they haven't been washed. There's the digital split again. The smile, everything about it. You have more of the gums peeling out. And they actually gave him gums, unlike the Mayfex. And they gave him the lip puncture that kind of like slightly pulls out that way. So, yeah, very, very cool, man. I really love this figure. And the head is very synced into the body, into the traps. So, you know, there's that. And then you have, of course, the chest again. It looks fantastic, man. It looks very nearly one-to-one with this movie. Accessories, he comes with 6 accessories. That is, well, actually, I'll show them through the picture showcase, quote unquote. All right, so he comes with this head sculpt. This is like the screaming head sculpt. We're all vaguely familiar with how the screaming head sculpt works. Now, it looks really cool, to be honest. It's super huge, and it's a little off-putting that it didn't come with just the smiling one instead. Not the smiling one, but the one that has the tongue out. But the head is like huge. The mouth opens really wide. You can see the tendril effect, not the tendrils, but like the piece of the mouth start to split open way more to fit in more room for that food that he eats or the heads that he eats. The tongue it's okay. It's a pretty cool design for the tongue. Would have liked it to be more expressive. Same thing with maybe the eyes, but I don't know. It's still pretty cool. It's maybe weird because when you just leave the head like that, it's like sometimes people don't know how to pose it with that. When it's just a simple matter of keeping the head up or just, we're not going into posability, but that's how it is. And to pop it on, we're like gonna pop off or pop on the regular head sculpt. You just simply remove it. There's that disc hinge. You find the hole. It'll be a little hard sometimes it won't, and boom, you have the head back on. All right. So for accessories, he comes with these pair of fists. So pretty cool. It's pretty consistent compared to the hands. It still has the tendril veins. Not much to be said here. Again, to remove them, you just pop them on, pop them off, and instead, we'll use the pointer finger. That way it helps me with the remaining of the video, but also just to not show both of them. But this is about to break at some point, I guarantee. But there's the pointing hand. You know, you can just have him point. I'm guessing this is basically the reference to the end of the film, where he's pointing at like the criminal, and he says like he uses his line where like he says like rolling on the streets. You know, if you watch the first movie, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But definitely the ending scene. That's kind of what he's referring to. Remove them, super easy. Just pop them off. I think we'll go back to the claws. The next big thing he comes with is this pair of tendrils. Alright, these are actually posable. You know, the articulation is pretty self-explanatory. It's like the Figuarts wrist rotations. But to implement it, it's simple. You go to the back, you find this piece, dig your nail into this piece. You can see right here, there's a little piece that sticks out. You want to pry that piece. As you can see, it starts to come out. Boom. You should be able to have it out. And boom. That's when you can see the gap. You can start to get used to it. You find the piece, make sure the vent piece is facing here. Not a vent, more of a V. And there you go. You have it like like the tendrils are popping out. It's cool. Not realistic, of course, because it's just the joints kind of ruin it a little. But boom, you have him having these super cool tendrils. It's pretty cool. I use it in a lot of pictures. Maybe not all of them, but it's pretty cool. You know, you can have his hand be here, and both the tendrils lead the direction for 2. I'll probably have that as a pose at the end of the video, so you'll see that. But that's pretty cool. All right, so for articulation, this is a lot. So because it's a lot, we'll run it down. I'm not gonna complicate it too much. We're gonna go straight to the basics, straight to the articulation. That's it. So the head is on a disc hinge and a ball joint, that's connected down to the hollow torso. So with both, you can go up that far, down that far. With this head extension, you can go down that far. If not, you normally just get about that. But with the head extension, of course, you can go down that far. There's only a ball joint here, no ball joint here, so you can get about that much tilt. It's still good enough. You get a slight amount of tilt, so you can get a bit more. See, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. The little tilt, the little things. He has, I'm pretty sure, 4, if not 3 ball joints that connect into the shoulder, up into the torso. So with that, you can kind of pull this out. And you can go up all the way about that far. Down all the way about that far. Looks weird. You can hinge it back up for that. It's like, I wouldn't say ball joint. Maybe it's a ball joint and a hinge, but with that, you can go all the way around. You can see the disc hinge pops back up. You can go all the way forward with that. Not so much backward. So, now you can see where it starts to work, where it doesn't. It can go down and it can go up. So it can work for to get even more range. And then if you want to go down all the way, you can do that too. So you can work for even better range. So that's actually amazing. So, and then for the ball joints, this is a little bit more complicated because you need to move the legs sometimes, which we'll get there when we articulate the legs. So there's a ball joint connecting from here to here. There's no dumbbell joint involved. So it can go with both. With one, it can only go back that far. It can go forward that far, and it can not tilt, like literally, it literally can't. It just springs back. That's because, if I'm not wrong, I've played with the Goku one before. They had like this black Goku Black, I think it was. He had a hinge and a ball joint on it, so that's the only way you can crunch forward that far, because it's like the joint is so tight. You can actually hear if I'm not wrong, there's a tilt only slightly at the lower torso, and then you can go back, not so much, and forward a little bit. So with both, you get backward about that far and forward a surprisingly good amount. It's pretty much a basic Marvel Legends amount, I'm pretty sure. So, not much there. With the legs, he has these like butt hip skirts. So they help with like the gaps. But either it limits the limitation, or it helps them more. So So what it does is you can go backward about that far, right? That's better than a Marvel Legend, to be honest, because this is a butt flap, and it can go outward that far. Not so much. Not It's not that great, but it's better than most Marvel Legends. It has thigh swivel. It has a thigh swivel. It has. It's kind of complicated here. Oh shoot, I almost forgot the best part. It can go forward about that far, which is the regular Marvel Legends, and double jointed. I think it's the same. He has a hinge here that can go downward that far, upward that far, toe joint up here. And I missed this segment because that's more simple, which I'll go to in a minute. I just wanted to get these out of the way. So now that you know that, the thing that this does is that these butt skirts kick up all the way, and what they help with is way better articulation. Like you can see, the torso goes back way more, but in the sacrifice that Venom has to look like he has a yeah, we're not gonna go there. And then he can actually tilt way better. No, you can actually see that he starts to tilt more, and then the ab crunch gets way better as well. And this is my problem because it got loose over time. I had to put paper towel on it. I had to put paper towel up here as well. That's it. I haven't been able to put more. But paper towel, for some reason, the paper towel works a lot more. And you can see the inner workings of the figure. It's only a ball joint. And then there's this hip skirt, right? This weird piece right here. You can push that down with your nail. And it definitely covers the gap if you complain about it so much. I wished it would have gone down with it, but then it would have been up here, and this thing wouldn't have been rubbery. So, and you can push it back, put the butt skirts up. He has bicep swivel. The bicep piece is the floating piece, so this can actually surprisingly move as well. Double jointed elbows, which can go really good amount. We have the classic Bandai hinge. You know, you can point it all directions. Nothing too special, nothing too new. Alright, so for size comparisons, so I can charge my phone and we can get this over with. We have the Marvel Legends Marvel vs. Capcom Venom, which, to be honest, he's hunched. He's not hunched, but he's leaned back. So I don't know what much that does, but I tell you this, that is that is that is that is a big difference. It's a really big difference. Excuse me while I fix something. That is actually a pretty big difference when it comes to height. So I don't have a Spider-Man with me currently. I am going to get a Spider-Man at some point. I just haven't gone around and collecting Spider-Man because I really like Spider-Man, you know, but that's a topic for another day if I ever get to that. But it's just not so much personal bias. We have Captain America. Really great figure. I reviewed this guy last time. Fantastic, you know. Very, very, very small compared to this guy. We have the Extremis Armor Iron Man. Very cool in this lighting. Very, very cool. One of my favorite Iron Man figures. I have the ZD Toys Centurion from the MCU, and I have this Marvel Legends War Machine, but I think I'll bring those two out in a bit. But we also have the MCU's Mr. Fantastic, who kind of fell over. He fell over again. I'm going to put it back, but you can get the point of the size comparison. You want something a little more sci-fi? We have the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime with the Orion Pax with the Yolo Parks, the Last Night Nemesis Prime sword, just because they wanted to have a little fun with it. So this guy's pretty big. He's of course even more slanted over. You want the real deal? We have the Bayverse, of course, Yolo Park, the Last Night Optimus Prime. Such a cool figure, such an amazing figure. I have to replace the lights, but you know, fantastic. I'm missing a few parts, so I can't review him properly, so don't expect that anytime soon. We'll bring out those figures real quick. I have a few to show off. We have the Yolo Park Transformers 1 Bumblebee, or B-127, to be more true. You know, still pretty short of a character. Okay, we'll do the sidelines. We have the MCU Iron Man. I forgot what mark it was, but if I'll remember, I'll definitely be able to say it. But it's the MCU's Silver Centurion. I have him right here. He kind of has a little scratches because I was doing some modifications to him, trying to get him to have a deeper ab crunch, because he doesn't really have that much, to be honest. And this is when we start to get a bit more bigger. You know, he kind of fits in scale with ZD Toys. I only got one ZD Toys. I had one with the Mark 42? Yeah, the Mark 42. It didn't last that long, miserably enough. But, you know, I'm going to put him back on the other shelf. And then we have the Marvel Legends War Machine, who, again, is... He's actually my favorite War Machine figure. And I've had a lot in the past. But he's pretty cool. He is still shorter than the s.h.figuarts for obvious reasons. But pretty cool, man. I actually love these figures. Favorite ones. So, and if you want something a little bit more uptight, I'm definitely going to cut this for the video. We have this work in progress Optimus Prime that I was working on with Lego. You know, looks a little whack compared to what we got here, but that's what we got. Alright, this much pretty much wraps up the video. I gotta go ahead and charge my phone, get my things to deal with. So, overall wraps, this figure is great. I have him in the pose tendril that I promised. So, I have him in this pose, but this guy is phenomenal, man. I absolutely love the detail on this figure. I'm gonna have to wrap it up a little bit more shorter than I did the last video. But, fantastic. I don't have that much qualms with him other than his, like, accessories are a little loose here and there. Some things are kind of irrelevant and useless. I would have wanted some things here and there. But those are mainly major qualms. I wouldn't say he's perfect. He still lacks some articulation in the torso. He lacks some stability. Overall, you know, things loosen over time. But nothing's perfect. I think this guy's a really great figure. Really underrated. Price shortens him down just a little bit to, like, I wanted to make him a 10 out of 10. Things happened. Lowered it. So I think an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And 9 out of 10 seems a bit too generous, so I'll definitely leave this at around an 8. This figure is phenomenal. If you have the money to afford it, definitely buy it. It's totally like amazing, man. Great figure. I have a blast posing with this guy. I do stop motions with him. We're definitely gonna get there somewhere one day. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have to catch you guys later. See you guys in the next one. Peace.